A lot of people have no idea how intense it can be assembling a set of headlights, especially if there's any pre-existing damage. So in this video, I'm gonna break down how I assemble a set of messed up Nissan GTR headlights and take them to a whole new level. Yo, I'm Chris and welcome to FlyRyde, where I build custom lights and show you what parts I use, how I install them, and why I do the things that I do. I'm gonna take you to a dusty, busted set of Nissan GTR headlights and show you how exactly I turn them into this. Putting together a set of lights, I really can't wait to get them done. I'm excited. There's some weird little things that I have to do first though. I know when the GTR owner brought this set to me, they were used and I knew that they were repaired. I hadn't seen the full extent of it until just now when I took the projectors out. So check this out. So these are the projectors that just came out. They came out of this. Now look how dirty this thing is. Look at that little repair you can see coming from the bottom. And when we flip it over, you can tell what the shop did. They basically just took this busted tab, which creates a big giant hole in the light, and they just glued it on, like literally like Elmer's style. That's not gonna cut it. This should have been plastic welded. They didn't have it open, so they didn't have access to this. But check out the things that happen when your light has any kind of ability for moisture to get in. See if I can get these things on there. They look like little spider web lines. And I went to blast them out and I thought, ooh, I should get those on camera first. So there's the spot that's messed up. Look at those weird little marks. See that? Ooh, you can see it good. That dust, that can happen. If you have chrome or anything, you can get those same marks on here. Now these have been dipped in a carbon fiber graphic, and so you wouldn't see them nearly as much on that. So sometimes even if you did get something fixed, it doesn't necessarily mean that the problems are over. There might be some pre-existing issues there that will now turn into more issues, like little marks inside the light. I don't know, I thought it was worth mentioning. That set of lights needs to be cleaned off, and I didn't want to clean them until I talked about it. In other exciting news, I did get some cool new gadgets for Christmas, such as, ooh, that ring light though. Makes your boy look a little bit lighter, a little bit less terrible. I got a ring light so I can use in these videos, so, you know, that's the little things. My beautiful wife got it for me, so what do you think about the ring light? Can you see my eyes better? Okay, enough about that. This has to be cleaned up. I'm gonna blast it with the air bunch right now, and then I'm gonna start putting together the projectors. We're gonna get these things together, turn them on, and get them into the photo booth so that I can take pictures and video of these one-off amazing lights. Ooh, I'm excited. I do want to make sure I get it as clean as I can. I just don't want you to have to watch it. So I wanted to wait until I had it completely stripped down like this with no projectors, nothing in there, just so that I didn't blow all of that junk inside of those fancy, very important parts. Little things that I check on these GTR projectors. This is what people don't understand. First off, you cannot change the bulbs. There's no bulbs. It's a big, giant, crazy unit. You could see the LEDs back in there somewhere. But check out this fan. You ever see the little fans on the cool LED bulbs that we sell? These are just integrated to keep that high beam LED from cooking while it's blasting light. So these are crazy powerful. I actually did a video about these not too long ago. Pretty dope. What think you? Pretty crazy, huh? You ever wondered, I have this little filter thing on here, and every time I drop it, it breaks. So we just made that little cushion. All right, here's this bad beast right here. Check that out. Now, let me explain what we got going on here. So I do have this ribbon cable. I talked about it in the last video. And then I've got my power and ground for white. This is all the grounds for the sequential LEDs. And then this is the power for the sequential LEDs. I don't want bright colors because, sure, there's wires and stuff in the background, you expect that, but you won't want to see like red and blue and stuff all over the place, right? Not for wires. These are actually all business. They just do running light and sequential, and then the show modes, no RGB stuff whatsoever on these. I'm never gonna finish because I'm just excited and I'm talking about it too much. And one thing that does suck about anything ever being inside the headlight, like a hole that lets moisture in or whatever, is you can have little lenses like this guy, and what will happen is you get these little dots or any little, you know, any little imperfections on them, right? What are you supposed to do with this thing? If you wipe it and then light shines right behind it, believe that there will be every tiny imaginable little fine line scratch that was there, you'll be able to see it. So this is why it's just so important never to take off your fender liners if you've got a wide body car and you've got cool headlights. Like, you're just gonna blast them with debris, rocks, water, everything. It's gonna get inside eventually. So you guys that are just low and got your airbags and everything else, it's great. Just don't lose the fender liners. Put them back. Put them back, I swear. Make custom ones. Figure it out. Ooh, bam. This isn't even the pretty one. This is the beat up one. And that looks kind of nice. Yeah, buddy. Now, since we have replaced all of the original LED tube stuff inside of these, there's nothing to pinch down the back of that little thing that sits there. So I'm gonna put it in and then I'm gonna just weld it in place just to make sure that it can never fall out on this GTR monster. So, protective container. Keep these things perfect. No dropping these. You drop this, $1,200 minimum to get a new one. Did I get you? Comment below if I got you with that Cheech and Chong. Okay. So all I did was I just went in there and just did a little tack weld with my old crappy soldering iron from over there. And now it will keep this thing safe. I've literally dropped a part right before I installed it before, like that. Freaking part dropped. Ooh. I like it, I like it. Oh, buddy. Kind of excited. Look at this. So definitely the last step I always do is go through and get everything as cleaned up and as clear as I possibly can on the lenses. Now these things are not gonna get sealed up until tomorrow because I have to pot some sequencers and I have to let the stuff dry from where I fixed the housing that was all cracked. So more work to be done before I can leave, but not enough that we'll get the lights finished. All right, guys, I hope I'm bringing you some value talking about the headlights. People that don't know, maybe you're learning a little bit something and why you should be paying people. Guys that do the work, you're like, yeah, tell them about how hard it is. Okay, all of that aside, if I'm bringing you value, show me some love, hit that like button, and if you wanna continue watching this stuff, hit that subscribe and the notification icon so you don't miss any of the future uploads. Let's get back to it. In case you're wondering, I used Q-bond to get that lower bracket reattached to the housing. It's stuff I've seen before. It's basically works like this. You've got this little bit of super glue and then you've got this crazy powder stuff. So you put the super glue down, then you put the powder in the super glue so it sticks, and then you put more super glue on top and it bonds and does this weird heat reaction. You can feel it doing weird stuff when you actually apply it. I just thought it was pretty freaking strong and saw the commercials. They picked up a headlight by the tab after they repaired it and I kind of bought the gimmick, but I'm here to say I've tried it, it's good. Buy some Q-bond. I have it in my Amazon store, so I'll put the link right down there. All right, the other thing too is that I had to put the wire harness together. So I did that. I don't want to put that in this video. It's so long. I want to have that as its own thing. We have custom FlyRyde harnesses that I want to make available to you builders because sometimes building the wire harness takes the longest out of everything. So totally different subject, kind of long. I don't know. Let's just not do that this video. It'll be in the next one, but lights are done. They're sick. Let me show them off right now. This is the kind of stuff I want to be talking about a lot more often now. That is a little strobe controller right on top of a nice little 4-channel remote. Look how sexy that thing is. It's just so easy. Put it in your pocket, you push one button, things happen. I'm into it. I think you will be too. Tell me what you think. I am pumped about these sequential GTR headlights. Woo! So for the first time, we have a very nice, clean, true switchback sequential Nissan GTR bolt, and wow, look at that. I love it. So this thing goes all the way to the top with the turn signal. You can use it with or without the factory bulb. I just think that it gives you a little bit extra visibility during the day to have that bulb, but look at that carbon dip in there. It just looks beautiful all the way through. And customer knew that you can't usually do any sort of the dip or paint on the shrouds, and that's basically because of the sunlight. It kind of cooks things, it melts plastic and all that, but man, that side-by-side is crazy. This is a show car. He was pretty clear about the fact that he wasn't worried about the melting of things, but damn, I'm so excited. Look how good that looks. Boop, switchback sequential. That's just a little box I made that controls things, but I'm so excited about it. Now this is an interesting thing about Ghost. So we have 2 different show modes, right? We got 1 and 2. So if I hit 2, it'll start doing its animation. Now if I hit 1, 1 actually takes priority over the 2 animations. So that will actually overwrite the other one. And then when I turn 1 off again, it goes back to 2, turn 2 off, we're done. Or I hit 4 here to turn on strobe power. Woo, buddy! Now I hit 2, now we're strobing, we're animated. Everything is just going nuts, and imagine that on a show car. Got the carbon dip. I'm just, so like, I'm not like gloating at all. I'm legitimately excited about this for the customer, for his company. I think it's gonna get him a lot of attention, and I'm stoked because I built these parts specifically for you. If you're an installer and you want to get your hands on these bolts, I'm gonna make it easy for you to do it, to buy them. The next few videos are gonna be everything about GTRs, how to take the bumpers off, how to do everything in the front of the car, rear of the car, side markers, all of that, so that you got everything that you need to go after that GTR market. Now there's a lot of guys that wanna get stuff done and they wanna have it now. Your boy is not all about right now. I'm trying, but there's no way. I got too many old jobs that I gotta finish, and I want you to get a piece of the action. So why I've been talking a lot about programming Ghost is because I want you to have access to program these things, because they're so dope. They look so good, and it will make you look like a master by just dropping in these parts. So stay tuned, because the next videos are going to teach you everything that you need to know about getting going with the Nissan GTR car itself. If you're a GTR owner, Vince, my man Vince, you know, you're going to be able to enjoy these things. So I also got a few guys out there watching. I know DJ Boom, you're going to get to see some cool stuff about how to do all this, installing it on your car. It's coming up. He's got lights like these coming as well, as do my other customers. I got Corey, I've got guys overseas, all over the place. So super excited. I'm gonna leave it at that. If I don't stop talking, I'm so excited about those things, I'm not gonna shut up. So let's catch you on the next one. Everything about how to do GTRs. I'll see you guys there.